open today. Cold open.
All down to Pilgrim.
All down to Pilgrim. Pilgrim
Yeah.
forgot the time had changed.
Man, the hours changed. I was like all over the place trying to get things sorted. I've only just got dressed.
Thank God.
It's midday here.
Thank God
I've
for
managed to put my clothes on.
Thank God for small mercies.
Yeah.
All right, I got a coffee. What do you got? You got some tea today, or you're doing coffee?
I've got my. I'll tell you what I've got. I've got some herbal blend tea. It's looking like regular tea, but it's got herbal stuff in it. I don't know. She bought it anyway. How Sarah bought it. She said, "Let's try that." I went, "Okay, we'll try that." It tastes like I'm drinking the dishwater from last night.
I was going to ask. What would you rate it
Yeah.
against the Earl Grey?
No, it's dishwater.
Is it like does it have like a fruity taste or a
Yeah, it's like a
flowers
I
or
think
like flowers or whatever?
What's chamomile or something? I don't know. All these
Chamomile.
weird-
Chamomile.
Yeah, what they stick on the creams on the face? It's in my tea now. It's gross.
Yeah, chamomile tea. Yeah. Not my favorite either.
No.
Not my favorite either.
when we get the hours break, I'll. You see, this is what happens when
You'll
you're
get
an
a
hour
proper
behind
tea?
and you like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go make a proper cup of tea.
Right. Yeah, we got
Just trying to
our engineers on it immediately, and they sorted it out.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, it is the 29th of October. We are almost done with October. We are almost.
We are. Isn't it crazy how
Yeah.
fast this year's gone? 2022, nearly gone.
Mirny's almost
As you
gone.
said.
What will we do? What
Yeah.
will we do when Mirny's
I don't know.
gone? Let me move
I
my
don't know.
mic a
We'll
little
struggle.
closer.
We'll struggle.
Yeah.
I think we'll struggle. Oh, by the way, before we start, look, you've got your new specs. I've got mine. Look, these are my new computer specs.
Oh,
I
good.
can see you now.
Excellent. Yeah, these are the replacements, sir.
Yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. We got it's #1 glasses chat on the.
Amazon specials. Amazon specials.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I went yesterday. I went out on the bike yesterday for the day, and mate, my Marky called round and said, "Let's go for a ride." I went, "Yeah, let's go for a ride." But I've got to collect my glasses, so I'm collecting my glasses first. And hey, as you normally do, you know when you go to these places and you get served by somebody, and at the end of all the kerfuffle, they give you a little card saying, "Would you do a survey?" And
Oh yeah.
say
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
I did the survey. Young lady, well, I say young, she was probably mid-50s, but anyway, she served me, and she had to get quite close with the glasses and everything else, to make sure. And I was thinking, you're quite pretty close up. So I actually put service was crap, but the girl who served me was really nice looking. I'm not going there again.
You know what those things really are?
I know.
You know what those surveys really are for?
No.
Give us your email so we can sell it, and so we can advertise to you, one, and we can sell it to other people too.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably what it is. Well, anyway, I block all that nonsense. It goes straight into the junk.
Yeah.
So, right, more chamomile.
Diablo Wayne, Fast Red Horse Gator, Cliffy is in the house. Good morning to everybody. Cliffy, 42 games in and 82%. That's pretty good, man. I think I just picked that.
Who's that? Diablo.
Yeah.
And the Object 8283.
I wonder if I just picked that
That's
up.
not too bad, is it?
I did pick that up recently. I got that back. Yeah.
Diablo, that's only because nobody's playing it. You know that, don't you?
I have 35 games in it with a 66% win rate. And my 35 games, I'm at 61% in 35 games.
Right.
But
So
that's
it's not bad,
well, yeah, but I haven't played it recently, so I'd have to play a game and see where it pans out.
where it sits.
Yeah. All right, channel news, guys. What is going on? Not a lot. Again, another grind week, just kind of moving through the tanks that I am working on. Let's go over here. We got to sort this out too. Oh, there's the 283. I've been playing a bit of the Mutant. I think I just did a video on that actually. Interesting tank. Do you have this?
You've turned out liking it now, haven't you?
A little bit. Do you like it? Do you have it?
I struggle with it. I seem to struggle, apart from the T29, I struggle with a lot of the American tanks because I sort of think everything's like the T29. So I play a lot of them like that. And I forget you've got Tumas and you've got all sorts of nonsense on them. Yeah, so I struggle. I do struggle with it.
So I'm working on that. I'm working on this thing. Oh boy, this thing. Speaking of T29, this thing.
Oh,
So
look at that.
let's just do something real quick here. We're going to add this thing to comparison. We're going to get rid of this guy. We're going to add the T29 here. Because I'm doing okay in it, but it's just a case of it seems okay, except that there's a T29 in the game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And also, what is frustrating, any variant of the T29 going up the tech tree doesn't have the same dependable turret that you would think. You would think, and so like the T30s and all that sort of good stuff. I know T30 TD. Don't tell me off, but it used to be a heavy tank. But any progression from the T29 doesn't carry over to a large extent the benefits of the T29 hull down. So the playstyle needs to be severely adapted once you've got used to T29 play.
Where's my camera? I need to move this. I'm going to move myself here so we can see this. All right. I agree with that. I think the turrets are about the same, though. Or am I completely No, they're not even really close. The T29 has another 50.
Yeah.
So what does this thing do better? It's got 4 more standard pin. It does reload faster, but it's got significantly less alpha. It's 240 versus 320.
Yeah.
They're both minus 10. Aim's a little faster. 0.01 dispersion. A little bit more DPM. Much better hull armor. The hull armor is actually pretty spicy on the M2Y. That's true. Turret's not great, and it's got the tumor. Big problem.
Yeah.
Speed-wise, it's a little bit faster, which is nice.
Both in reverse as well, which is useful.
Why do I have a 381 view range? I must have left something. .381's a weird number. What did I... Huh. That's odd. Don't know if I've ever seen it do that before.
That's weird, isn't it?
381. Is it actually 381, or am I missing something here?
Oh, good point.
What is going
something? Once I get my...
Can I go statistics? Is it? No, it's not statistics. I feel like I left something on there, but I don't see it. Everything's zeroed out. Configure. No skills. No modifications. No equipment. That's weird.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Details. Is it detail? Yeah, here we go. View range. Well, it's a... No, that's how mine is set up. See, it's so hard to get the right thing with this system they've got.
Yeah.
Because this is showing my current setup. Anyway, whatever. I guess it's one extra. Yeah, the mutant is better than you might think. I'm not telling you it's amazing. That's laughing to myself. When you
say it, it is a different play style though, isn't it? So, like any tank, but it's it's a different play style to the majority of the American line. Do you not think?
The mutant?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty similar. Is it?
Okay.
I mean, the whole armor's. I agree with you in the fact that the whole armor is better on the mutant than your standard American tank. The standard American tanks seem to have bad whole armor generally, I think.
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm flailing a little bit here today. We're having a slow start, guys. I'm still trying to get stuff set. Pilgrim did me in.
I'm struggling this morning.
Yeah. I'm not really on top of things to begin with this, but Pilgrim threw a wrench. No, it's fine. It's 380 on tanks.gg. Yeah, so I wonder if that's a bug or I'm not seeing something in there that's very strange. Unless it's maybe it's the percentage for the 100% crew. That must be it, right? Because I think that's the one thing that one bonus the way I set mine up that it does have. Okay. Remember when like the I'm going to say captain, if the commander is 100%, there's a small bonus. Yeah, there you go. Non-commanders get 110%. So.
Yeah, I was just about to have a look
But-
at my mute.
But only the commander has view range bonus, and there's no view. I guess there is a base view range bonus because there's a negative. I don't know. Very strange. Anyway, the comparison. I think the T-29 comes out on top a little bit, but I don't hate them too. Why? It's just this tumor is so painful.
Yeah.
This tumor
Yeah. It's frustrating because I don't think there's any other class of tank, any other country's tank has that sort of problem. Everybody's got hatches and all the rest of it, but they don't. For some reason, the builders of these particular tanks just like to stick big tumors on the top of American tanks.
Well, and it's
just like pop at USA.
It's an artifact of the way the game is played, right? They have these weak spots, and hatches tend to be weak spots. The fact that you can take an entire, whatever, if it's realistic and the commander's in there and the hatch gets hit, well, that's not good for the tank. Obviously, the commander's gone. In real life, But the way the game is set up, you have X number of hit points, but all of them can be taken away from these little weak spots. And as you noted, the American tanks have big tumors, and very few other tanks have that kind of weakness. So you're right there. I don't know.
But you seem to be doing okay, Nick. That's the point, isn't it? On your 100 battle challenge. So.
All right. Oh, Brute, checking in from Budapest, man. Have a great vacation, dude. They're gonna go on one of those long riverboats down the Blue Danube.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
You can do that in a lot of places in Europe. You can do the River Rhine from the Netherlands all the way through down to as far as it goes, I guess.
Yeah.
It goes off into France somewhere. Yeah, there's lots of different experiences you can do. It's cool.
Yeah.
Stop off at bars on the way, get drunk, fall over, all that sort of good stuff.
All the good things. Yeah, so we're working the M2Y, we're working the Mutant. I've brought the TL7 into the rotation, as well as a little bit of the Chieftain Proto. And the reason for that is I finished the M5Y, the Tier 10. I'm so glad to be done with that thing.
Yeah, horrible. I mean, I got it to 50%. I don't know how many battles I did in it. I'll tell you now.
I don't know.
But how many
where I
battles
ended
have you
up.
done in it?
Right at 100, and I ended up with probably 52%. I think, hopefully not worse.
Yeah, I've only got 20 battles in it, but that was 50%. So it'll go down, no doubt, as I start to do more in it.
Actually, no, that's the wrong tank. There it is, 54%. I mean, I did okay. 54%, 909 experience of battle, which is not really where I want that to be. 40% survival. Damage ratio was only 1.1 to 1. I struggled doing damage with the thing. Armor use was okay.
Again, it's tier 10 as well, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit more difficult, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah, 0.45 armor use, which is the turret, basically. Average 2100. I have tier 8s that I've averaged that much in. So the damage, my damage output in the thing was horrendous. Just could not make it work. Yeah, it does. It's 400, I think, right? Is that right? I don't know. Holy crap, 360. Well, never mind. I thought it was 400. 360. Jeez Louise. I mean, it fires fast, which is nice, but it's... Oof. It doesn't heavy tank very well. Let's just put it that way.
No.
It's supposed to be this niche hold down thing with this amazing turret, but then they put the big tumor on it, and if you have any kind of sideways, because it's a tube and not round, it has trouble. So it just, as I have said many weeks, I'm trying to get that dumb mission done. So that's why I brought the TL7 and the Chieftain in, because I pretty much have 100. I have 100 battles or more in all of my Tier 10 U.S., Polish, and British tanks, and those are the 3 for the Alliance. So I'm hanging my hat on maybe getting a 6,500 5 kill and a win in either the TL7 or the Chieftain. There you go.
Right. Yeah.
Cheeto SP.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I hope it happens in this lifetime.
Yeah.
Maybe
at some point before I shuffle off this coil,
maybe.
I will make it happen.
Maybe in the next lifetime. I maxed out the Cheeto SP points Battle Pass. I don't often do that with Tier 7, but it was so easy to play. I'm sitting at 66% win rate in 77 battles. This thing's insane.
It is, isn't it? It really is. It's It's possibly, not probably, it's possibly out of its class. It probably needs another half on the class, to be honest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely a 7.5. So this last week, with all of that being said, where's my what the heck? Oh, that's what I'm looking for. We ended up, can't see it, but we're number 3 in the Progetto, which I finished. We're number 5 in the T34B, which is a bit of a surprise because that was a struggle.
Cool.
The number 17 in the Mutant, but that's a low number, so that's. I'm getting better at it. You got to be careful with it because higher tiers kind of eat it alive. M2Y 25. No, I'm not. I don't hate that tank. Manicore is a major bummer. Like having a struggle in the Manicore lately.
Well, yeah, you've been getting. I mean, the games we've had, the couple of games we've had, I'm not going to blame the game or the teams, but I think you've had a little bit of a rough ride. And I don't think your playstyle's changed in any way. I think you're just getting a bit of a rough ride with Galactica for some reason.
Yeah, I've definitely got kind of lazy in it in a couple of games recently. Good morning, Andy the Cupid. How are you doing, man? Yeah, I got lazy in some games lately that cost me. I think I might have a video on it, but one in particular on Malinovka. No, Proc. Yeah. Proc, only one scout each side. The other side had a 13-105. So I'm like, oh, I got this. I'm going to out-scout this guy by miles. Well, I took a really lazy line into where I was going to try to get an aggressive position.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're fast. Those things are fast, and he must have spawned on his side because he was already in a spot to see me.
Already that, yeah.
And I left that whole shit show with like 400 hit points. So within about 30 to 45 seconds of the game starting, I'm down to 400 hit points.
Yes. Well, that's no good, is it? Because you can't take a hit from that.
Yep. And the team is just having at me. I'm like, all right, fair, valid. That's all valid. Yeah. And we ended up winning, and I had 11,000 spotting, so we got there.
Got there in the end, but there's two ways that goes, isn't it? You either die and go back to the garage very quickly.
Well, I got tracked on a hit, and there were several misses that would have ended me, and I got tracked at one point, and I must have been dark right after that because I sat there for a second. I think I got tracked twice actually. I fixed one and kept going, and then I got a hit again. I had to wait for it to repair. Complete luck, really, that I actually lived through it because the line I took and what I did deserved to be deleted from the map.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got to watch for that because you can hurt yourself by going on autopilot and not thinking about it.
Yeah.
And like, say you're having a rough day anyway. You've lost a couple. Maybe you have a lose streak of 2 or 3 or 4, and then you sort of either get aggressive to try to push things back, or maybe get a little lazy. Then you lose another 2 or 3 because of your own fault in the mix, and now you're like 0-7 or 0-8, and you're like, oh, the game's after me. Like, well, it's a mixture. Yeah, you got unlucky, but you also did some dumb things.
Yeah. And also there's the mindset that goes with, when you look at the team makeup and you look at the enemy team, they got an ELC 90. In the back of your mind, you don't want to, but in the back of your mind you're going, oh no, they got an ELC 90. So you're already on a back foot because you've recognised that they've got an ELC 90. You maybe haven't.
Right.
So you've got to be careful of that as well. You've got to say, well, his view range might not be as good as what you think it is. Do you know what I mean? Or he might actually not deploy where he should deploy and bugger off over somewhere else.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's so tempting when you sit there and you look at the team makeup and you go, oh, shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's easy to lose heart.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, so I did finish the M5Y. That's off the table. Brought those couple extras up. I'm also working the 777, which is at 50 or 60 battles, and I'm working the BZ58, which is at 50 or 60 battles. Those are both decent tanks. I think I like the 777 a little better. I have a better win rate in it. This is pretty. Well, this is a pretty good tank. Fighting the gun depression sucks a bit, but overall it's pretty spicy. The BZ is okay. It hits real hard, which is nice.
Yeah.
What is it? I don't know what is it.
I like that tank.
That's 440, and I think the BZ's at 500 something. Or am I wrong? 440. This.
The upload needs.
Yeah, 520. Yeah.
Oh, 520, right.
Down to 9 million credits. Yeah, I'm down to 6 million. I have spent a bunch on upgrading all the bounty equipment from Battle Pass. That's painful.
Yeah.
3 million to upgrade bounty equipment. That gets really
It is
expensive.
a big lump, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big lump.
Here's where I'm at. 11 months in the game. Getting frustrated. Combination of bad games. 9% of stomps. OP premium. Sexually toxic chat. And I'm doing okay for a new player, but this must be most. Andy, I didn't realize you were that new to the game, man. Are you still streaming?
Andy, I think what you need to do is find somebody to platoon with that is, a good player who is able to bring you along a little bit. That's probably where you need to be honest.
Well, I know Andy's been streaming, and I'm sure he's watching the other good players and stuff. And like you said, he's doing well for a new player. That really is I would say that's one of the more difficult parts of the WOT career, I guess you want to call it that, where you start to move away from the everything's new, learning, doing well, but knowing I can get better, working on getting better, and then you kind of reach that first plateau of, all right, I'm not going to sit down here at 48% the rest of my career. I'm starting to get better. I feel like I'm having occasionally or slightly more than occasionally a very positive effect on the teams. I can see that happening. I'm paying attention to the stats. I understand that a lot of what my mistakes are, even though I might not know how to stop making them, I guess would be a way to say it. And so that's that difficult transition from good noob, I guess, good new player to no kidding pushing into the blue and purple kind of player.
Yeah. Yeah, I think also, Andy, if you can get hold of somebody who can coach you a little bit, I know Guido does it. He'll coach for a given sum, but if you get somebody just to get that, what it is, when Guido started to teach me, what I realised was I'd reached a point where I was on a plateau of 48%, I think, win rate, and I didn't know how to make that next step up. I didn't know what to do to get that next step. I was good, I was okay, I was maintaining that rate.
Yeah.
But that's all I was doing. So what Guido did was just show me some gameplays, some styles, some ways of doing business, and also how to get your mindset into it. That then just tipped the edge, and then I managed to climb up over the plateau and started to go up again. I'm now at another plateau. I'm at 52% now, but to take that next step is so much harder. From sort of 52 onwards, it's a very hard plateau, especially when you've got a large number of games to start to change that win rate.
Well, it's a big, sprawling, mature game that is not easy to step into right now. And reversing that, Andy, I've often thought about doing some ships, and I do have an account, and I've played it on and off here and there. But I think I look at it the same way you look at the tanks, although you've delved into the tanks well more than I've delved into ships. I know that if I'm going to try to get serious about getting good at ships, there's going to be a lot of pain and learning and figuring it out, which isn't easy. If you're going to try to, I mean, I'm just trying to imagine how much time it would take to stay at a high level in both games.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't.
You wouldn't have any life. Would
I mean, if that was your thing, if you were professional streamer and all that, and that's all you did, I think you could probably do that. And you can probably get to an acceptable level in just about any game with just some effort. But I get to ships and I look around in the harbor or whatever it is, and I'm like, I can't make heads or tails of any of this shit. I don't know what's going on here.
No.
But I do. It's not that hard, right? Yeah. I mean, commander, and you have these various reserves and all this stuff you can put on the ship, but the intricate ins and outs of it, no idea.
Yeah. It's the tactics of ships. I'll tell you who is good at both, Andy, is Jingles. Jingles is good at tanks and he's good at ships. As he's ex-Navy.
But is he like Unicum level good? I mean, he's good, but he's not Unicum level good. Yeah.
And I think with ships, you hit the nail on the head, Guido. It's not so much you can learn how to deal with commanders and how to kit out your ship to be most effective. It's the actual tactics of fighting in a ship, because it's so long range, slow to react and to
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Everything is slightly different, and it's like you could get in a Corvette and go as fast as you like, but it's not as fast as the slowest tank. You know.
Yeah.
So,
And my point is,
difficult.
never mind that. It's just just getting all the detailed stuff about all the commanders and perks and all the
Yeah.
things. And then
Yeah.
that's not going to make you good, like you said. Then you actually have to learn how to play the game
Yeah.
with all the bonuses and figuring out how to get all the advantages you can with all that stuff. And that would take a long time, man.
I think possibly the first 3 months of playing ships. I don't play ships anymore. I went down the aircraft carrier route because I thought that would be the funnest route, and it's actually the worst route to go down. It's like going down the artillery route in tanks.
Oh.
It's like you just sit there as a platform at the back, sending little aeroplanes out to do minimal damage.
I feel like when I play ships that if I get in there and I'm shooting somebody and nobody's shooting back, I feel like a king.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You're like, oh yeah, I'm just wrecking this guy, you know. But
Yeah.
anytime somebody takes any kind of interest in shooting me, I struggle because I am getting
Yeah.
wiped out. I can't kill anything as fast as they're killing me, and it's just brutal. You know, it's just like
There's no one shots. There's no one shots in ships, is there? You know.
I feel like it's like a tier 6 brand new player trying to take me on at tier 6. You know, where I'm sniping hatches and they do 0 to me and I kill their entire tank. But we're both there shooting each other. It really shouldn't be that bad. You know, that's what I feel like in ships. Like I don't.
Why am I on fire?
Yeah.
And he's not.
Yeah,
Why
why-
does my engine stop running?
I have done 0 to this guy. You know, and they're dodging shells and stuff, and I'm trying to dodge shells, but I'm still getting hit. I'm like, what is happening?
Oh dear. One shot noobs in tier 5.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, right? So there's a detail. It's the right place to aim for the citadel or whatever it is. You know, in the right shell at the right right angle. The right. I don't know. I don't know that stuff. All
I
right.
actually think psychologically, before we move on very quickly, it's more disheartening because you actually watch your ship glug 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 as it sinks, and you're like, oh, this is. You can imagine all the sailors like jumping off in their life vests and everything. You're like, oh my god.
What does it say in ships when you die? We're done or abandoned ship?
I can't remember. I just remember the glugging noise as it goes under the water.
At least in tanks, they're like bail out. You know, so you think
Yeah, bail out. They're all alive. It's fine.
2 to 5, 6 people just climb out of a tank. You're at a ship in the water, you know, and the sharks are going to show up. All right. So that's challenge. Oh, I finished the first phase of the fireplace project.
Yes, you were saying just when we had 30 seconds before we came
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
stream. Yeah, so first phase being what then? What's the first phase?
So the first phase will be, shall ever be in the future, and again in the past. Take all the tile off, the old green 90s tile, clean it up, cleaned up the wall, took off the mirror and the border around it, fixed the wall board. Remember, it was that 1/4-inch old stuff, probably asbestos.
Yeah.
Put the wall plaster back on the mud, did the mud whole thing, painted, pulled off the old crown molding. Actually, there was a hole in the crown molding, so I matched it, sort of.
Right.
I had to do some modifications. There's a bit of a janky
Did you
section.
match it with plasterboard or did you use... What did you use?
No, we just mudded the old plasterboard.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah.
the damaged part, we just fixed all that, and then I painted it.
Yeah.
And then I got the crown molding at the top was...
Right.
The top piece is an exact match, so it's perfect. The bottom piece... The one they used is a wood piece, and I have that. What's that plasticky crap called? It's got a name. Not Pyrex. Some Pyrex is like a
Styrofoam.
dish. Yeah, it's molded stuff. I can't remember. That's whatever the name it is. Yeah, neoprene. It must be it. It's slightly thinner. It's not as thick. So I have a step down, kind of in the middle of the room, which kind of pisses me off. I could have spent a lot of time up there sanding it to make it a less of a. And I did, and then I put some mud in there, so it's I half-assed.
Smooth
Look,
as
let's
step
just
down.
admit it. I half-assed it. I didn't want to deal with
No,
it.
did you?
Yeah, I didn't want to deal with it. The other option
Is it
was
one of those things that only you can know about? I mean, nobody else will see it, or will people go?
any of these guys who I know, or a lot of them are pretty good at stuff like this, would pretty much notice it immediately. Most of the women probably won't unless they looked at it. That's what kind of what it is.
That's okay.
I freaking see it every time I walk in, and it pisses me off.
It's fine. Let it go. In the words of Frozen, let it go.
So the obvious fix, which all of them are right now going, well, you're just lazy, and you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Was to pull off the other section.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
just put new across the whole way. It would have been fine, Guido.
Yes.
You'd have been fine. But I didn't want to.
I just couldn't be bothered. I couldn't be bothered. It was 40 degrees in the shade, and I just couldn't centigrade. And I couldn't be
See,
bothered.
it's making me mad.
Just
I'm
come
mad sitting here thinking about it. Right now, I'm contemplating when am I going to pull that cut back the scrape off all the mud I put on, trying to shape it because it looks like shit.
Yeah. Does it really? Is it like when I do masting? You know when you do the white masting around the bathroom tiles? You know when you
The
do
grout?
you get that? Yeah, grout.
Yeah.
Well, it's the plastic stuff. You know you.
Oh, we call it
What do you call it?
caulk.
Comes in a big tube.
Caulk.
With a big, like,
Caulk. We
yeah.
call it CAU.
Yeah. Well, I
LK.
didn't know. You're not supposed to use your finger, so I used my finger and do the old slide along, and it just looks pathetically, horribly crap.
That's a skill, dude. So you've got to have enough caulk to fill the space.
Yeah. What to do with the excess? It gets to the end and you pull it out, and it's just all. Yeah, exactly.
You've got to have a wet rag to get it off the finger because you don't want to get in there with. You're right. You watch those guys. They take that. They put the bead in.
Yeah.
And then they.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you're like,
do you do that?
What? How the hell did that happen?
Oh dear, wet finger. Yeah, that'll do.
That's right. Cancel Guido. I didn't know. You know what? I almost said something stupid. I almost said I didn't know if you guys were going to catch that, but that is one of the dumbest things I've said. Of course you were going to catch that. Of course you were going to catch that. Of many dumb things I've said, that's one of them. So yeah, so what else? Crown molding painted, and I went and got the paint actually matched. Again, being lazy, I walked in and I didn't want to talk to anybody, and I thought I knew what I needed, which was not. So I spent $20 on bright white semi-gloss, and it wasn't even close. First of all, it was ultra gloss. Second of all, it wasn't white. It was more of an eggshell. Fourth and third and fifth and seventh of all, that's 6, 7. It was a bespoke color for some reason.
Oh my god!
So I went back.
You actually had to go and get it.
I had to talk to the lady. She was
sample.
lovely. You'd have had a laugh because she was about the most redneck woman I've ever met in Panama City, which is saying something. Lovely woman.
Right.
So they have the whole magic spectrometer. I took an old piece of the trim, and they zap it under the machine, and it goes, we need some of that, some of that, some of that, and it puts it in there.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love it. I love the whole. You can. I don't know if you've got it over here. You can take. Yeah, exactly that. You can take a sample of anything. It doesn't have to be the paint you want. I could take, for example, the Union flag, and they could match the.
I want that color. Yeah.
Yeah, I want that color. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Yep. So did that. So I'm happy with the way the paint worked out. The paint worked out really nicely. And then I had 2 oak pieces that I put on the side to kind of flesh out the width.
Nice.
Because it's one of these. It's a wooden mantelpiece with legs in the top, but it's movable. And then put those on the side to kind of flesh it out. Plus, I needed to build it out because that thing didn't sit flush based on the bricks were a little bit proud of the wall, so it was a bit.
So it's away from the wall.
Yeah, the bricks were proud of the wall. So then I had to put a piece of OSB above it because I needed something to screw in. Plus, I needed something to cover the open spot from the bottom of the bricks to the top of the mantle, which has stained OSB and crappy bricks with old liquid nails on it.
Clean that. You're painting that anyway, aren't you?
I'm going to probably tile that.
Tile that?
Yeah. But it looks okay for now because I stained some of it and I cleaned it up and all that stuff.
Cool.
So I had to do all that crap, and then I've got it actually screwed into the OSB on the side, and that's how it was installed in the last house. It's got some angled holes on the sides. So now if a kid comes in or we want to put stuff on, it's not going to topple over.
It's not going to topple. No, it's not loose.
Yeah.
But it's not so much. It's not in so much that you couldn't move it if you wanted.
No, it's literally right now. It's 2 screws out, and I can move it.
Right.
I'm going to have to
Right.
because I'm going to have to pull it back, and I'm going to have to put
Yeah.
the tile, and then there's some
Tiles in, I was
space
gonna say.
between the tile and the actual leg that
Yeah.
you can see into. I'm going to have to put another piece of stained wood there to.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to frame it in, but sort of frame it in.
Sort of framing.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's phase 1 out the way then.
Yep. Wife's happy. It looks okay. It's good enough for Christmas. So,
Well, it looks like you'll get your Christmas present this year then,
well, I mean,
by the sounds of that.
if
You know what I mean?
if I'm going to start a project and not finish it for 5 years, I have to stop somewhere.
For 5 years, yeah. Well, to be fair,
Right, fellas? I mean, we can't.
this year has been the house project for
Yeah.
you, really, because you had the well in the back, you've had the patio, you've had the fireplace.
By the way, the patio is still dragging on. I just haven't finished that, so that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patio's not finished. Fire pit's not finished.
That could be the actual excuse I need to come and see you.
Fireplace
The
isn't
house general.
finished.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'll have to pass that all by the house general and just say, look,
Yeah.
Guido's struggling. He's, he can't get.
I'll
his
get you.
patio done.
I need to get you up on the roof of the shed. I still have holes in the shed from the hurricane 5 years ago.
There you go. Well, that's what hobbits are for. They can get into
Yeah.
small spaces.
Because every time I look at them, like all I have to do is go get some metal roofing sheeting. The whatever that
Right.
shit is, the curved
Right,
stuff.
yeah, the Wrigley tin.
Yeah, Wrigley tin. I know it has a name, but I can't think of it. Just have to go buy some of that and screw it in. It's just that easy. And I said,
Right.
it's never just that easy, man.
No, you're going to need somebody small to get up there.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Anyway,
Anywho's.
we've done some DCS. We flew last
How did that go?
Tuesday. Yeah, it was good.
That was with who was
O'Brute,
that?
O'Brute and Slick. I'm
Cool.
still trying to get to that. I might get that today potentially. Do a video for next week. Battle Pass. I'm at 38. Where are you?
I'm still at 13, mate.
On the third chapter.
I'm on the third 13 on the third. I just can't seem to progress any further because I'm not playing the games.
Corrugated steel. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably finish this one pretty quickly. I'm not too worried about that. I was thinking I might have to slide the old gold slider across to finish, but I think I can manage 12 in the next.
Well, I might end up doing that.
20
just to get
days.
Chapter 3 out the way. Yeah, I might. Let's see how much it would cost me. Let's see.
Well, don't do it now. Do it right at the end.
No, I'll do it at the end. But if I was to do it now, it would to finish the whole lot.
4,000 or
it would
5,000.
cost- Yeah, no, 10,000.
Oof.
9,500.
That's maybe
That's
not
not
worth it because there's no tank involved
No.
there.
No, there's nothing. It's just a crew commander, isn't it? There's a commander.
There's a
involved.
commander and a bounty if you have improved battle pass.
Yeah, no, yeah, I have, but I'm not that fussed about it, so I probably
Yeah.
won't spend gold on that. If there was a tank at the end, I might.
If you're closer, it might be sort of worth it ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
See what happens this. It's got another 2 days to run yet, hasn't it?
Yeah. Battle
Is it
pass.
2 days?
Oh, battle pass goes to the 21st.
No, 21st of November.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Yep, battle pass. All right, so that's where I am on that. Next stream, probably. Well, it would have been Friday, but probably not going to happen. And Sunday. You know what? Sunday might not happen now that I think about it. We have a squadron reunion for the 95th Fighter
Right.
Squadron this coming weekend.
Nice.
Friends are coming in out of town, so you're going to be gone next weekend, right?
No, I'll tell you which weekend it is. It's now 2 weekends. I'll tell you which ones it is in
Oh, okay.
November. Just digging November's calendar up. Right. Okay, on the... Right, the 12th of November, I won't be here because I'll be marching at the Cenotaph in
Okay.
London. And on the 26th of November, which is 2 weeks after that, I'll be at the NEC in Birmingham, the National Exhibition Centre.
Okay.
They've got a massive exhibition, motorbike exhibition.
Cool.
So I'll be away. So yeah. But next.
You going to
week
strap on your leathers?
I am. Yeah.
Do you have a helmet with the spike on the top?
I can do that.
The
Yes.
vaguely Nazi-looking helmet or German helmet?
No, I've got a good old US of A. Let
Yeah.
me show you, and I'm going to get this painted. Let me show
You're
you.
going to get painted.
Right. Because look who bought me this. House General bought me this.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Well, what I want to do is get it spray painted and have a Comanche Indian on that side and a Sioux Indian on that side, just like in faint gold, as if it was under the paint, just showing through. And I think
Yeah.
that would look quite cool. A
Yeah.
couple of Indians on there. Do you know what I mean?
So you
Comanche
just
and Sioux.
fire up a little cultural appropriation on the side of that
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm supporting the Native Americans here. God damn you.
Oh man. Gator's asking if you're riding the Isle of Man TT this year.
No, I've done that. I can't do it again.
Too much?
Well,
Oh, is that
that's
the
crazy.
race?
I've
Is that the
done
crazy
full.
race?
I haven't done the race. Pardon?
Yeah, it's like a race,
Pardon?
right?
Yeah, it's a road race, and it's proper race bikes, but they close off the Isle of Man completely, and then guys go over. People like Joey Dunlop made it famous back in the day, and it's I can't remember the distance. It's something like 13 miles or something like that, but it's a time trial road race,
Right.
and it is absolutely bonkers. I've done it not during the race period. I've done it just as on a bike. With a couple of mates. Do you know what? You are like that far from brick walls, running down the road, going down the side, pavements,
Yeah.
people crossing the road, and it is. Do you know what? You've got to be totally mental to do that in a
Yeah,
race.
yeah.
Absolutely off the wall. So,
Those
yeah,
those guys and the dudes who do the off-roading
yeah,
with the big sand rails, with the big buggy,
Yeah.
and the truck and the highly modified trucks, all the off-road
Yeah.
racing that you go by spectators at 5 inches, they come screaming around these.
yeah. How mad is that? Yeah.
That's crazy. You got the navigator guy up there saying how hard the turns are,
Yeah.
like what the angles are, whatever their code is for what's coming up next.
Yeah.
Right,
They'll
left.
say
And,
like 15 right, left, and then whatever.
so is
they
it
call
degrees
short
that he's
code,
telling
isn't
them?
it?
Is it degrees he's
Yeah.
telling them?
Yeah, he's telling him turns and bends
Yeah.
and speeds, turns and bends. So he's saying, the next bend
Yeah.
would be a right-hand bend, and you can max it at 50 or 80 or whatever the speed is that you can
Right.
get around. It.
Okay. That's crazy.
It is crazy because they do these bends at like 80 miles an hour.
All right. After that tangent,
Oh,
plan on no coffee talk next week, guys. We're gonna take
Mm-hmm.
a break because my buddy's gonna be in town. I think Saturday's gonna be large anyway, and they leave on Sunday. So
Yeah, you're going to be sore-headed by.
I might be, and we may need to get him to the airport and all that good shit. So.
Cool.
All right, cool. That is it. Any other channel news for you, Pilgrim? Are you ready for Christmas?
I am right. Am I ready for Christmas World of Tanks? Yes, I
Yeah.
could do with some G'ing up and happiness. Am I ready for Christmas IRL? No, Christmas doesn't start. 1%. I've just seen this. Christmas doesn't start in our house until the 24th of December. In my mind, the house general will get it. She's watching.
Wait, what?
right
Christmas
now.
doesn't start till when?
24th of December in my head, right? But in our, it's like your house. She's now watching and has been watching for the last week Christmas soap operas on the TV that you guys keep pushing out from CNN or whatever network you've got. And she's like, because obviously it's World Wide Web, she can tap into the good old US of A, and she's got all these feel-good Christmas movies on, like Mother doesn't have enough money for children's Christmas presents, kind Santa comes along and does it type stories. And I'm like, oh my goodness me, get it off the telly.
Man.
Yeah, Christmas has started.
Christmas
already,
starts
mate.
now, man.
You have Christmas all the year round, so you can't talk.
There, I just decorated.
Yeah, sorry, Cliff. I don't know who the US, TV channels are. I'm just CNN. You know what I mean? Lights. Wayne's got lights. Wayne's got people with lights up. You've got lights up. Get out, Weeno. Get out. Stop it.
You know what else I have? You know what else?
Snowman on the outside.
No, you can't. Well, you can just about see it. So, in conjunction with the redoing of the fireplace, my wife had a big curio cabinet, and for a while, early in our marriage, she kind of collected Yadro, the little figurines.
Yeah.
You know what they are?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, that was a Christmas gift that a lot of people gave her, and here and there, and she collected, I don't know, a dozen of them or something by the time. She sort of fell off from that, but we had them in the big curio cabinet. She wanted to get rid of that because it was right next to the fireplace. She wanted to open up the room. So we take the curio cabinet and we put it in our neighbor's shed, which is not really getting rid of it to me, but okay. She did some.
No, it's not, is it?
Yeah, she did some deal with her, and it's now in her shed for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, the Yadro then needed a home, so the rest of the stuff in the living room got moved around. To include,
Yeah.
point of my story, now I have a Yadro sitting up on my little airplane boy up there. She's like,
I don't know.
she's
I
like,
don't know.
she's like, yeah, this one, because this one represents you, so it's going to be in your room. I'm like,
And that is so bad. What women do that all the time, though. Yeah,
Like, that's-
they loosely, very loosely connect it to you. Or women do that all the time, don't they? They always connect this. Well, you see, it's like, well, you like, you know, you're like, really?
literally the only decorations in this entire house that have anything to do with my stuff is there's a door right here, and then there's a corner, there's a wall right next to me, a door right here. This one section has my crap in it.
It's so unfair, isn't it?
It's my
so
little,
unfair.
it's my little cave, and it's not even the whole room. The other half is her stuff in it.
Right, I'm going to show you something. Hopefully it'll come across. This is the latest thing in our household starting this weekend. We went to the garden centre yesterday after I got back up from bike ride to go and get some pots for the front and stuff. And she noticed there was a Christmas grotto. So, of course, we had to go in the Christmas grotto. This is the thing she wants. That is 4 foot tall, dude. That is almost as tall as me. I am not having that in my house. It's so freaky.
That's
it'll
the
come alive at night.
Cracker of nuts.
Yes, and it'll come upstairs alive in the middle of the night and stab me in the eyes. I'm not having it in my house. That's the latest.
That is the latest. It might just crack your nuts.
Yeah,
That's right, Al.
I've had stranger things happen in the middle of the night, I can tell you.
That's right, Al. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, man, that's what you do, isn't it? Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Well, shall we move on to missions and specials? That was a long.
No, that was a bit of a tangent.
It was a long channel news section.
Yeah.
So let's go check
We got
out.
the blue light.
Oh yeah, gotta blue light this baby up. See what kind of things we can spend money for, on, with, to. By the way, if you play DCS, they're having a sale right now. There's a Halloween sale. Just chucking that out
Oh,
there.
cool.
I picked up a couple things. Alrighty, let's do this. Where is it? Come on. Come on. Is that gonna work? No, of course it isn't. Why would? Oh,
No.
that's a word. I want Chrome. No. Well, you know what, Pilgrim? Things just have to be
I know
difficult.
what.
Things just have to be difficult. Why is it showing that? That's not even... What the heck?
What do you got
I don't know.
that I haven't? Let me have a look.
I got this. I got this. Hold on. There we go.
All right. Yeah.
I must enlargy this. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere, fellas. Now we're about to sell some things. Never fear. Why is it? Ah, there we go. Excellent. All right. In the store, what can you buy? Well, Unite to Support is still there, fellas. If you're doing all that stuff for 3 days, so there's 3 more days for that package. The Mirror stuff, I don't know why you would buy it at this point, unless you just needed a little top off, depending on where you are. I didn't realize the King Tiger C was part of this. You can pick that up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's $41 because you're
I
buying a
didn't
bunch
know
of other
that.
crap.
I can't remember seeing that before, but it must have still been. It must have been there.
That's pretty pricey,
can't-
man. I mean,
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
you're getting a 3D style with it, but $41 for a Tier 7 heavy, that's not not cheap. Featured. All right, they swapped these out. The Kari and whatnot last week was there, but now we've got the Emil 1951 with a style, without a style. We have the Skoda T40, which is a fairly average Tier 7 medium for the Czech. A Skoda T27, which is a really not very good medium for the Czechs. And the T56, which is a really good heavy. The Skoda T56. We also have the T78 available. Pretty good little TD. And the 252U, the Object 252 is out there.
Yeah, the Defender without the Defender package.
Yep, the Defender. Let's see.
See how they've done it again though. They split the T78 up into two different parts of the scroll down. You scroll further down, and there's the T78 standard right down there, and a turtle.
Oh yeah, it's split apart, isn't it? What's the difference? Oh, it doesn't have any gold. All right, so $23 for just. You're getting the style with it too, so you're paying for that style. 23 is still pretty stiff for a Tier 6. I did not play any Mirny Fast Red Horse. I had zero interest in it.
I did 3-4 battles. I think that was enough.
Lots of Obsidians out there, though. So a lot of people were playing it.
Yeah, people have done it.
Yeah, I like the T78, Wayne. That was a good TD. It's a nice mix between the Hellcat and the Jackson. I think it's the Jackson. So it lives in between them. The Jackson has some armor, but it's slow. The Hellcat has no armor. The T78 is decently mobile and has a very little bit of armor. Fast Red Horse likes the Obsidian. All right, good.
Okay.
That tank seems.
I've heard different takes on it, Guido. I've heard some people say it's not as good as they thought it was going to be, and then people like Fast Red Horse say it's cool.
Seems like it should have been a medium. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I got a lot of. It should have been a medium.
But I don't know. People like it. I haven't found them to be that tough of an opponent, really. Not enough to notice it. Oh, it is a medium? Well, there you go. I thought it was a heavy. Or you just?
I thought it was a heavy.
Is it really a medium?
Wow.
Well, there you go. That's how out of the loop on that thing I am.
I thought it was a heavy as well. Just goes to show I didn't take any notice.
It is a freaking medium. Well, never mind. Interesting. So that's a little different then, because it's got some heavy-esque armor with the turret and the hull. So is it a slow medium? Yeah, it's a relatively slow medium. 42 is not bad. Interesting. Well, there you go. Did not know. Cool. Yeah, it does fire quickly. All right, what else we got for shilling? Gold, nothing on there. There's still the Battle Pass stuff, but probably a little late for that. Other vehicles for sale, nothing else really to add, fellas.
Yeah. I still think there's a price difference. Maybe what was said last week in chat is that the dollar-pound difference is showing up now on the pricing, because I'm still feeling like gold is a lot more not a lot more, but more expensive than it used to be. I'm sure it's gone up. But you saying your side on the dollar side, it's not gone up.
It hasn't gone up. Yeah, 25,000 gold has been $100 for years. Not 99, okay, 99. So it used to
be £76 here. It's now 81. So I guess it is the dollar-pound exchange rate.
Yep, that is interesting. I hadn't really thought about that. They sort of, since the U.S. is the reserve currency, I guess it's just based off that, and everything else fluctuates around it.
Yeah. Not forgetting, I'm going to the NA store. I'm not doing the EU store. I'm going to the NA store, so it converts the dollars into pounds for me to see. It'll show me my price point here.
Fast Red Horse, 16. Is that over 2 games or 1 game? I think the experience calculations can be a little off when it first comes out. Fort Knox was 99, now it's 122. Oh, so it is. You think it's changing? Fort Knox, where's that? I think that's
Go back and have another look.
Featured. Yeah, it is 122.50, and you're saying it was less. You're saying it was 99, now it's 122. Interesting. Seven battles. Yeah, cool. That'll probably come down, I think, Fast Red Horse. but that's a good start for sure. All right, I think that's all the shilling, man. Let's take a real quick look into the missions here and see if there's anything. This whole mission tab has sort of just become NA.
Well, it has, hasn't it? Remember when you used to have to do codes and stuff, and then you could look down your mission tab,
Yeah.
and well, now it just seems to be the same as. Fort Knox.
Czechoslovakian challenge. I didn't realize that was a thing. What do you got to do here? Top 10. There's a skin. Some bukchi. You have to do it in a
Yeah,
Czech vehicle. It looks like you do. All right, so you have to play a Czech vehicle to do this, guys. And you got a few things. Some emblems. Is that a decal? A decal. Some bukti and a crew skin. Be among top 10 players by experience. Do it 5 times and you get the stuff. There you go.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Battle Pass
Top of the tree, still
stuff.
the same, isn't it?
Yeah, the M5Y. I've seen a lot of those in the M2Ys. A lot of M2Ys playing. It's that one and what else? Is it the 132-1? WZ132-1.
Yeah.
All right. That's that. What else we got in missions and specials? Anything else? Mirny has 3 days. Interesting that it doesn't end on a Sunday, so you have a couple extra days.
Yep.
Tokens are good till the 19th, fellas. I don't know what I'm going to do with mine, to be honest with you.
Well, I've got no idea. I don't have that many, I don't think, anyway.
Probably I'm going to grab the ×5s because if you're grinding
Yeah.
field mods, it really helps blast through it. And in the 100 Battle Challenge, most of those tanks don't have field mods finished. I'm going to try to be a little tactical and when I select them, though, because the problem is they don't count on your first one for your double, but any game after that, they'll count. And so if you play a tank you don't need all of that experience on, then you don't necessarily waste it because it goes into crew experience, but you sort of waste it.
Yeah.
But there's nothing else there. I mean, I guess I can get these reserves, but I have... These are the low ones, right? The
Yeah.
50% and the 200%. And I come over here, I'm like, I have 356 of one
Yeah.
and 535 of the other.
Yeah.
And I
think when they did the conversion, we ended up with like
Yeah.
2,000 or something, didn't we?
use these every time. Even if I'm going to play one game, I don't use the credit reserve for one game. If I have an hour, if I think I'm going to play for an hour, I'll use it. I often don't anyway. But I'll burn these things every single time I play, even if it's a game. And I still can't. Like, I can't even get past the 300% ones down here. I still have 26 of those things. Yeah, I use them, Wayne. I use them all the time. Like I said, I'll sit down for a game. I'll turn that on and turn that on. And I often turn the clan stuff on because clan people be playing.
Clan stuff on, yeah.
We have plenty of those. So that's of that.
But do you know also there's stuff like your battle pass points? Is that what you were talking about just then?
What?
The battle pass points.
No, I was talking about the tokens for Twitch drops.
Right. Well, when you get your battle pass points and you, I know what I can spend them on. I just thought I've got all these battle pass points, and when you look at
Well,
what's
remember,
available for them,
remember, you can't use the items for points unless you finish all 3 chapters.
All 3.
See how it's got a little lock
that's
on it?
right.
Well, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
see it because your icon's in front of it, but there's a little
No,
lock. So
no.
you have to finish all 3
Yeah.
chapters, guys, to use the items for points. The tokens you can
Yeah.
use whenever you want.
whenever you want to, but at the points you need to finish the 3.
Yep.
That's why I was looking at it. I was going,
Yeah.
I can't use these. I don't know why.
So
anyway, there you go.
Make sure you have your bounty equipment because you can buy 1 per season. So buy that with token points. That's the battle pass token points. You scroll down and it's down here. And then I think the best deal is bonds. So I'm going to have 11. I'll have 11 by the time I'm done. So that's another 1,100 bonds. You could pick up credit reserves, but I think it's a 50%, and It's up to you. I mean, if you need the bonds or don't need the bonds, whatever. It's just a game, man. Do what you want.
Yeah. Well, as I said to you before, I use them just to do directives and stuff. You know, I've got so many. I've got. I know some have got a lot more than this. I think I've got 24,000 bonds. So I just, if there's a tank that's decent, but there's none that I haven't got, so it's no pointless. But when they occasionally they bring a tank out for bonds, then I know I've got the bonds there to do it.
Yeah. Wayne makes a great point, guys. Remember, this is the third battle pass, and the tokens do not carry over to the next season's battle pass. So
yeah,
that's not quite the right way to say it, because I believe last battle pass was season 11. So next year's battle pass, I guess you would call it, they're not going to carry over. From this battle pass to the next, my understanding is they will not carry over. If you don't use them, they will be converted into bonds, I believe, automatically.
Yeah.
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. All right, guys. 5 minutes. We're at an hour. We will be right back.
A mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came, to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts, and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek, for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell, to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man, to teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name only known to a few. To his followers his words are true. Guido is the man, big and gruff. He used to fly jets, but now he does the tanking stuff. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. The mountains are home where he watches the moose and hummingbirds aplenty. what community to have a guru and lead them gently. Down the road to Unicom land will die, trying hard in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido! Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido! So we broadcast his message far and wide, using YouTube, Twitch, and various means, to lead you to the promised land of WR. Win 8 and damage counts. That a mortal man is only stuff of dreams. Win your flank and then go back, was his mantra for the pack, to which they shouted, "Yes, bossman, that we will. Win our flank and then flex back." Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido! Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido! Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido! Guido! Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido, to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came, to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses.
All right, we are back. We are back. Cliffy says, pretty sure that's what they did last year. Yeah, I think so. That's right. Stay tuned. All right. Well, let's see. What are we on? Subjects du jour. Subjects du jour. Which
Yeah.
I actually have a blank there because let's just see what we got going on here with Armor Patrol. Actually, that's not true. I don't have a blank. There's a couple things to talk about here I forgot about. Let's go check this out. All right, so we have a couple three new tanks that are officially in the game because they changed the gold to an appropriate amount of gold, and they're no longer secret or testing or whatever their titles are. And one of those is the AAT-60, which is a U.S. medium tank, tier 8 medium.
Another
Yeah.
medium.
And it is not, I don't believe, an autoloader. No. So it's a cyclical. Just around midnight. Thanks for the sub, man. Much appreciated. So a cyclical 320 damage. I love these penetrations these days now. It's just 230 on a standard round is really nice. 285 is not bad for a medium. 7-second reload. Sorry, 8-second reload. Turret traverse. We got a -10 gun depression. Aiming time is okay. Accuracy is not amazing, but okay at 3.35. 2300 DPM. The hull armor is relatively low. It's a medium. The turret armor is okay, but the thing to note about this, do we have a picture of it somewhere? I thought I had a better picture. There we go. Let's just do this. So it's got a kind of a, not exactly, but kind of a, what is it? The AE, not the AE, concept, the 1B. That
Right,
tier 9 heavy that sort of has that shape of of turret.
Yeah.
So any kind of sideways, and the armor gets much worse. Especially this back part's going to get flattened really
Yeah,
easily.
it's got a flat plate in it.
Yeah. This is pretty angled right here, so I don't know. It doesn't show an amazing amount of turret armor, but based on all that, it might be okay. And what's the hatch look like? Oh, of course, it's got big hatches. Great,
Yeah, of course.
big
it
hatch,
is.
right? Big hatch right there. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. What's its speed? It does 44, which is okay. Kind of standard U.S. medium, not very fast, really. 400 view range. So this seems like a kind of bog standard medium, which could be good. Hopefully it's not completely overpowered. I don't see why it would be. From what I can tell, I don't see any big things there unless you guys see something I'm missing. Seems fairly average. So that could be one of the Christmas tanks, possibly.
Well, yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot, though. There's an awful lot in the pipeline, isn't there?
Yeah. And there's some others that have already been kind of put into the game that just have never been used. But these are some of the new things. This is a Tier 8 Tier 8 German medium. The Mittler KPZ PR68P.
Right.
So the name's changed a little bit around. I don't have the stats on that. I think we've looked at it in the past, but there's not an article right now that's new about it. And then we have this LTS 85, which is a Tier 8 light tank for the Russians.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yet another.
Yeah. And of course the Obsidian, which was released with the event.
Right.
So those are possibilities, guys. You know, we could have got a Russian light tank.
Do you think that would be a Christmas tank, the Obsidian? No.
Maybe. I mean, what have they done? We can only go off the last 2 years. The last 2 years, they've done 2 Tier 8s. Did they do a 9 last year?
Yeah.
Hold on. Did they do a 9?
Yeah, it was a Tier 9 last year, wasn't it? It was the... No, not last year, was it?
There was a 9.
There was a 9, but I can't remember what it was. Was it the...
There was the 283, but that was the slot machine thing.
When did the Phase come out?
No, that wasn't related to it. The light tank. Oh, the French weird light tank, the Tier 9 thing.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah.
Maybe it was. Yeah, the Char Emily, was that it? Yeah, this
that
guy.
rings a bell.
Oh, you can't see it because that guy. I think.
Yeah.
And there was the 283. So yeah, there could be a 9 involved. None of these are 9s that we just looked at. So who knows what's going to go on with that? What else we got going on here? Is there something else? I don't think there was actually. Oh, the Japanese heavy line apparently has been delayed. Some kind of issue with it. You know, I think
It's too heavy.
there was a thing they were discussing a while back, and they mentioned it would be out this year. I thought, pretty sure they announced it for this year, but that's been kicked to the curb for the moment. It looks like. And these are in super test, right? So these are still in super test. They're not. But this Tier 9 is rocking a 400 damage, 250 and 311 for pens. Shell speed's not bad, over 1,000. 10-second reload time, but it's got that cooldown thing going on. So its dispersion's 0.28, but I don't think it shows the other dispersion for the cooldown thing. It doesn't, I guess. Interesting. Because it changes the DPM and the reload, I believe, and the accuracy.
I mean that's it's a gimmick because it's just a reload time, isn't it? Because you got fire before that as
it's more accurate though. It slows. It increases DPM, increases reload time, decreases DPM, but increases accuracy.
So it will reload before it finishes cooling down. Is this what we're saying?
Somehow I don't know how they do the cooling thing. It's an X button, I believe, and they say it's cooling. I don't know. I don't know if maybe you shoot before it's cooled that you don't get the accuracy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. It's an X.
So that's my question. Like, if I press X, do I buy the longer reload no matter what? Meaning I can't shoot before that. Or am I able to shoot before it, but I don't get the accuracy?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
All right, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see when it comes out. But I gimmick. You know what I mean?
Pilgrim loves the X. So China's got a box event already. Oh, look at this.
Wow.
The LTS 85 is in it. Interesting. There's also the
You can't take
259A.
anything from that, though. You can't take anything from
Oh,
that.
I know.
China's it, you know.
But it's been released somewhere. So
Yeah.
it's ready for release. Whether we get it or not is another question.
Yeah, flamethrowers. We'll get flamethrowers first. Before
We
get...
never heard anything more about that, did we?
No, we didn't. No, it was. I think it was. I don't know.
They did a test, but they never. I don't think they released it. No idea.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah.
You don't think so? Cliffy doesn't think there's an X. He thinks if you just wait longer, that could be. That could be. That's my question. I'm wondering how it works.
Yeah.
How it does work, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. It is such a mystery.
That's all I had on subjects du jour, though, guys. There's not a whole lot
Well,
going
I've
on.
got a question. I've got a question for
Okay.
you, which I need clearing up. I need to know that if you say if you're in America and you say you live in Buffalo, NY, is that New York State or is it New York? How do I do that as an address? Is it New York?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, if I was to write a letter to somebody living in Buffalo.
so their address, their street address, and then right below that, Buffalo, comma NY for New York, comma
yeah, and then the
zip code.
Got you. Okay, thank you.
Zemke's got it, so it's that right there.
There you go.
Boof.
I just get confused because there's New York State, isn't it? Then there's New York City, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both the same?
No. New York
Okay.
City is in New York State.
Right.
Yeah,
okay, so
there's
the city's
yeah.
in the state. Yeah,
Yeah.
got you. All right, I get it now.
There's actually one little thing. There's a stream on Halloween, the day before and the day before Halloween Eve, I guess, and Halloween. There's no such thing as Halloween Eve. But anyway, it's a 2-day stream. That's not true. One's NA and one is EU.
EU, yeah.
That's odd. But okay, whatever. One way to do it. But all it is some decals and some styles, guys. So
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
they're not too worried about tanks getting out on
And I don't-
the wild.
yeah, I don't see any super drops in here from what I read, unless somebody else saw something different. I didn't see anything. Bag some special drops, like blah blah blah. Campaign 1, campaign. Yeah, I don't see
All right.
some styles, whatever. If you want to get some styles and all that good stuff, go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, why not?
Go ahead and watch it. That's the only thing I could suss out of all that stuff. I don't know, man. What else is going on in World of Tanks? Are we just sitting around waiting for Christmas?
I think, given that the Halloween event is what it is, do you know what? Do you know what's missing is I know this sounds stupid, and I know that it's there's a battle pass going on and there's Murney going on, but Murney doesn't feel like a Halloween event. It just feels like it's another mode. I wish it was. Remember the Halloween events you had where it was just like crazy stuff, like running around in light tanks,
Zombies or whatever.
So, yeah, and collecting the green stuff and doing all that, and it was just mayhem, madness, and fun. I love that. Murney doesn't feel that way. It feels like a grind. It just feels like a grind, doesn't it? It's like, I don't know. I just wish they'd done some. They go back to old school and just do that crazy sort of running around in a little light tank, instead of having all these super tanks and weird bosses and all the rest of it. Just do that. Collect the green glowing gunk and
Yeah.
I don't know. Murney doesn't do it for me. Anyway, yeah, I'm just hanging around for Christmas.
The green stuff was Murney 1.0. Huh.
Do you think?
We had the witches last time. I actually did that event. I finished that enough to get the characters on that one.
Oh,
All the
did you?
witches.
Did you do the haunted house one? Remember the haunted house one? And it had various windows and doors that you could choose to go into.
Well, that was
That's
just
totally
but that was just the website thing. That was like an NA thing that they did. That all that's
It was
gone.
fun.
Yeah,
I know, but it was fun, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
small green guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Brew, aren't you supposed to be drinking on a boat right now?
Yeah,
Did they let?
what
Did
you
you get off the
doing?
bus and get on the boat? Who? Here's a question. Who's going to be the star for Christmas?
Oh yeah, if it's not Arnie, if it's
It's
not
not?
Arnie, well, has Arnie's contract run out? Do we think?
I don't know. We had
know.
Mila. We had Mila and Arnie. Oh, Walk to a Hotel. Fantastic. So is it? Anybody know? I dug around online, but I couldn't find any deets, and there doesn't seem to be anything. Doesn't seem to be anything on.
They're keeping things very close to the chest these days, aren't they?
Steven Seagal. That would actually be
no,
that would actually be a little
no.
controversial because he's a bit of a controversial guy these days. I really doubt they would do Steven Seagal.
No.
But it's wargaming, man.
No.
Who knows? They
Yeah, exactly.
don't make the best decisions in those cases sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, who we got? The Matrix guy. Oh, it would be awesome. That would be cool if it was Keanu.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Seagal would
Yes,
be the Lester
please.
version. That's a fact, Cliffy.
I
Geralt,
wonder whether.
Oh,
I
that's
just
a-
wonder-
the guy that plays Geralt. What the hell's his name? He's a big daddy spelled. He's a big gamer. Actually.
Oh, is he? Is
Oh
he?
yeah. Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill.
I don't know if he likes tanks kind of things, but he definitely likes the RPGs. That's a
interesting.
great series, man. I know the last season people kind of pooped on it, but that's been a great series. I didn't particularly like the last one. You know, you know what series actually turned out to be pretty good, and I hate to say it because I really didn't like it when it started.
Oh, go on then.
The Wheel of Time.
Oh,
They
do you like that?
yeah, they released the second season. I don't know when. I was able to watch it straight through so whenever it was released, I'm not sure. Relatively recently, I think. I'd kind of lost track of what was going on with that one. But I actually enjoyed the second season. I thought it wasn't bad.
I've just struggled getting any. I can't get into it at all. I don't know whether.
Have you read the books?
No, maybe that's. I was going to say maybe I need to read the books. You know,
Well-
because I just can't get into it.
Warning on the books. They're
Right.
easily 3 times longer than they have to be because Jordan could describe a scene for a chapter.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what that? I struggle with books like that because you can buy books. You know, obviously my major was in English lit. You can buy books that they want to describe every single detail of the history of the whatever it is, the character, everything, and the background and what was happening over the other side. And you're like, I've read 3 chapters of shite just to get to the right point you want to see.
Jordan could describe a dress for a paragraph, and God forbid 3 or 4 women showed up with new dresses on, different dresses,
Yeah.
because that was a chapter.
Can you imagine them doing the TV series like that? I think I definitely wouldn't watch it. I can tell you.
But I will tell you what, as far as world building and background and the story itself, the plot and the story, absolutely fantastic. The guy's a legend. Now he died, unfortunately, so Sanderson had to finish it. Last
Right, okay.
2 books, I think, or 3. It might have even been 3. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know they've taken some liberties and stuff in the show, but I don't get too crazy about that. As long as it's close enough, it's just the entertainment. And I kind of liked it. I thought the second season was fine.
I will probably have to revisit it at some point because I did start to watch it and I just thought, no, I can't get on with this. You know what I mean? I just couldn't. Maybe I do need to read the book. And then take it from there, I think, maybe.
I don't
But
think
again, the thing I find with reading the book, It's like a lot of stuff. You read the book, you're really engrossed and you love the book. It never quite transfers across to the TV.
Yeah.
There's always something not right, and that sort of grinds on me as well. So I'm not sure. Not sure, mate.
Well, like I said, I don't get too wrapped up in that stuff because things you have to discard some things. You oftentimes from a book to a TV adaptation, you have to cut away some of the little extra details and side quests and things that go on. I say have to. You don't have to. You can do anything you want, but they feel like they have to, and in order to keep the time down. Because,
well, yeah, exactly that. The time limited in
well, they're money limited
TV,
as well, right? I mean, if you still have to pay all the actors and the sets and all the shit you have to do to make it. So
yeah.
There you go.
I think as long as the principle and the core of the program is around what the book is about, then it works, I guess.
Yeah, we're 68 and sunny here, guys. What's wrong up north?
Probably this here.
Way up north where it is cold. You guys, you choose to live there.
Yeah. No. Well, this is the point. This. I've tried so hard to persuade the House General that living in a warm country that is warm 365 days of the year is far better for your health, mental and physical. But I just meet a brick wall all the time.
You're about to head into that dark and dingy time frame too. You're about to walk straight into it. It's good that you can still ride your bike though.
Yeah. No, I mean I will ride it as long as it's dry. I've ridden in the snow not when it's snowy, but when the snow's been on the roads.
Yeah.
They've cleared the roads. I'll ride it in the snow. That's interesting because you've only got 2 contact patches, and when you've only got 2 contact patches, and things go slightly sideways, it's very interesting. It makes your bottom twitch a little bit.
Yeah. South Bend was 70.
I'll ride it all the year round. Yeah, absolutely.
8th Hussars is at -3C. What? Where are you?
Where's that? Arctic region.
Has he gone to the? Is he joining us from the Arctic Circle?
Oh my gosh.
74 when I got up and 50 at 8:30. Wow. We are going to actually get a cold spell, and I wonder if it's from what you guys are. It's probably from the stuff you guys are getting right now. We're supposed to be. I was just looking at it earlier this morning. We're supposed to be down Tuesday, so in 2 days we're supposed to be at 48 in the morning and 40 on Wednesday.
Wow.
Fahrenheit. That's cold for here. We don't get down that low very often.
I mean, how cold is that in reality? You know, I mean...
40 is like you nearly die. It's so cold.
That's a Florida man speaking, that is. That is a Florida geezer speaking, absolutely.
It stuns the iguanas. The iguanas are like, and they fall out of trees.
Oh my gosh.
It's horrible.
It's so cold the wildlife suffer here.
Yeah.
You know?
Gators are just laying there like, what?
Yeah.
It's terrible stuff.
That is absolutely madness in itself.
Well, Gator, this will make you laugh because it's at the moment an unusable fireplace. It was converted to gas at one point. I had that turned off because piping gas into my house is not my thing.
No.
So it still has the tubes and stuff, and I never did. I really need to get a chimney sweep in, have an inspection of it, and see if it's what we have to do to get it working again.
So you've got a stack. You've got a chimney stack.
Oh yeah.
So you could have a log fire in there if you wanted to.
Could do, but I need someone to get in there and inspect it and make sure it doesn't have some kind of problem that.
Right.
You know.
But Florida log fire when
like twice a year.
All the whole months of
twice a year.
Would you get out?
I mean, it would be cool when it's 40 at night to kind of turn that on, and that would be a fun little thing.
So you'd have a little pile of logs on the patio at the back, and twice a year you would get that little pile of logs and get some kindling.
Well, you just go down to the store and you buy the little wrapped up pile that's like that big around.
I love you Americans. You actually can buy a fire in the store.
Yes, you can literally buy tied up logs in the store.
You just walk away with it, put it in the fireplace, and then like a man comes along and lights it for you.
Yep. I love the outdoor ones, Cliffy.
God,
I just don't want gas in my house. In fact,
No.
what's interesting is when I pulled that, and I'd forgotten about this, when I pulled that Curio away, there was a plug behind it, an electrical plug. And in that electrical plug was a little box. And I'm like, what the hell? I pulled off it. It was a CO2 detector.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you've got a gas fire,
Yeah.
that's exactly what you want. Yeah. Yeah.
Or a gas detector. Maybe not CO2. Anyway, it was a detector based on it was right next to the fireplace. That's
Wow.
pretty cool.
So I mean, there is a reasoning behind this fireplace, then, isn't there? You know, it's not like just an aesthetic. You actually could have a working.
Well, when this
fire.
house was built in the 40s, 47, I think, or 48,
Got you.
there was no central air. I mean, imagine that.
Oh, yeah, of
like
course.
imagine
Yeah,
that.
of course,
Imagine that.
Yeah.
In Florida, you build the house. You got a fireplace for the winter, which makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then still up in the attic is a big fan, big ass thing, about that big.
Yeah.
And it's got the little electric motor next to it. So they had electricity, obviously. Got a little electric
Yeah,
motor.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
got the big,
Thing.
the
Cowl. Hole.
thing that runs it.
Bracket.
No, the
Motor.
bloody hell. Yeah, but attached to the motor that turns the
Spindle.
belt,
Gear.
belt,
Belt.
belt, 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 belt.
This was like guess 20 questions. It
Pulley,
was quite fun, though.
pulley, and gear was essentially correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there was a belt connecting the pulley and the gear. All right. So that's what turned the fan. So all it was just moving the air around in the
Moving
attic.
the hot air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got big eaves, holes in the eaves on the corners and all this.
So right. So if you were to go down the store, buy your fire, install it into your fireplace, and get a man to light it for you, this twice a year you do that. At what point do you turn the air conditioning up because it gets too warm?
Probably the next day.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's warm in here. Turn the air conditioning on, dear. But you got a long fire going. Ah, it's too
So my
warm.
heater hasn't been on. My heater hasn't been on. We're in what they call the shoulder season down here. I
Okay,
guess that
alright.
probably is a term used a lot of places, but shoulder season is when you don't really need the heat or the AC because it's
So it's like middle of
it's
the
a
road,
real
yeah.
nice temperature for a couple months in the 70s basically every day. And there's some places that are more or less that the whole way. Places that don't have central air a lot of times are more or less that's the temperature. Or they may have a heater because winters tend to be cold and with places like that, and summers are nice and you don't have an air conditioner. Rarely do you have a place that just has a heater and no air conditioner, but I guess if you get further north, then you start to have that stuff. Or wait, maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
Temperate. There you go. I have both, so I can go heater or air conditioner, but the heater hasn't been on yet this year. I haven't turned it on yet.
Well, yeah, now you say that, we haven't put the heating on in the house over here because it's been so mild.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're now, towards the end of October and we've yet to put the heating on. Normally, winter for us in the UK will kick in end of September, then run through to March. And I've got a feeling that we're going to get a wet and windy winter as opposed to a cold winter this year.
Oh, I do. I replace my filter every month. Red Horse, I have to because I gotta
What, in the AC?
in the air handler.
Okay.
Yes, essentially yes, but the thing that blows the air has a filter. I have a Great Pyrenees. That's what Mocha is.
Yeah.
She creates enough fur for extra Great Pyrenees about every month.
So you have to replace the filter.
Oh yeah, every month I
Yeah,
have to.
mean, you would do that, I guess, anyway, with sinuses and all the rest of it. You would have to keep the filter as clean as you can.
Yeah, it'll
Because
the AC
is notorious, isn't it?
well, it runs so much in the summer that if it starts to struggle because your filter is clogged, it'll freeze up in a heartbeat.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. But I haven't turned the heater on, so of course you know what's going to happen the first day you turn the heater on.
It's going to break, isn't it?
No, it burns all the dust. It smells like your house is
of
burning
course
down.
it will. Yeah. That'll
Yeah.
smell nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I guess I'll probably have the heater on if that happens Monday or Tuesday, more than likely. Smells like Christmas.
Do you think it'll get that cold? Smells like Christmas.
Well, if it gets 40 outside for a couple days and only hits
Fahrenheit.
50 or 60 Fahrenheit, only hits 50 or 60 during the day, we'll probably have the heater on.
But do you heat the house during the day when you're not there, or or do you not have the heating on during the day?
We'll
Just
turn
don't.
it.
We
We'll
haven't
turn
put
it down quite a bit in the winter.
All right.
In
Yeah,
the
yeah,
summer, we keep the AC at a fairly
Yeah.
low level because it's so humid. If you let the house get anywhere near 80 around here, you're gonna have mold.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
buying mold, and because it's an
Yeah.
older house and the distribution isn't as good as it could be, and the ceiling isn't, it's not as well sealed as it could be, and I have an addition and some other crap. If I don't run it at pretty low constantly, that the back walk-in closet,
moisture will just
it
build
just freaking, it's horrible.
Yeah. So you've got AC in the wall. Then you haven't got a vent in the window. You haven't got a machine in the window. You've got AC through grates. In the
Ceiling
wall.
through the
In the
ceiling.
ceiling.
Yeah.
That's a good idea because the cold air sinks.
Yep.
Obviously, hot air goes. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because when you look at a lot of AC in older places, they've got AC built into the wall. The vents tend to be down the bottom, and you think, well, that's crazy because cold air will just stay down here instead of circulating.
Those seem to be those seem to be places that have, especially if they have their air handler and stuff down in the basement, like in the northeast or north of here, where you have more basements, and that's where the stuff is. That's just the easiest way to vent it. Plus, heat rises. So in colder climes, I think that's the standard. In in warmer climes, it seems to be the standard of coming down from the top, and plus it has a lot to do with the way the house is built. My air handler is in the middle of the house, and the AC unit is outside, so it's two separate things.
Do you have to empty the drip tray or anything like that with those things, or they just?
It's got a tube. It's got a tube that goes right out the house.
Yeah, it just does itself. Yeah.
Yeah. If the house is on a pad, you vent from above. Well, we've got ours is got a crawl space, but it's the same idea. The air handler's in the house, the AC unit's outside. The air handler goes up. The hole goes out into the ceiling, and then in the attic you've got the vents going out to the.
And it distributes across in each room, so you've got it in each room.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Do you miss having a basement? Do you miss having a man cave?
Well, I miss having a room. Wherever the hell it is would be nice. I mean, I have one, but it's just right off the living room. It's not a very big house we have. We downsized when we moved from Knightsville quite a bit. When we moved here,
when your kids are away as well, you don't need a big house, do you?
No.
I know they're only at college, but
yeah,
eventually they'll be gone. You don't really want to be sitting in a sprawling house, do you?
Yeah. It's my wife likes the old English style stuff. She likes old antique stuff. That's her style. She doesn't want it. She never really wanted a new house. I would prefer to be in a slightly larger big house that has an office and whatever. But she's happy. I'm happy. Don't care. I'll deal with it.
Well, happy wife, happy life.
And I'll tell you what, I sure ain't buying a new house right now.
Yeah, no. Well, this is why. I mean, we've moved. We've moved to this new house purely because I didn't need it, but she wanted a smaller house, so we downsized, and that's the way it is. I mean, we don't have the kids at home, and if the grandkids stay, there's this room here they can use. So it's fine. Right?
Absolutely.
Cheaper.
This old house. Sorry.
It's all house talk.
Sorry, we needed something to talk about.
Norm.
Because we ran out of tank stuff, even though we were trying to figure out who the star was going to be. Yeah, midnight.
I like that. Yeah, just around midnight.
I'm getting close. I got 8 years.
That's good,
7 or 8. Yeah.
Well, I'm now the same as you. Although I put a significant amount of cash into this, I still had to take a small mortgage out. So I've got 6 years to go on a small mortgage. Basically, it's a bank loan. It's not a mortgage.
Right.
It's tied into the house. So,
Yeah, the interest rate
really
now.
low.
Right now, getting a mortgage in the States.
No, it's the same as the UK now.
Yikes.
I mean, the mortgage, the interest rates are running at about. I mean, I was lucky. I got mine for very low. I got mine for 4.7%, but they're now running at between 8 and I want to say 11%.
Yeah. No, it's
But
about.
I don't know how kids get on the market these days. Kids can't buy houses. They can't get in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
It is.
But we didn't determine who we thought it was going to be.
We didn't, did we?
Do you think it's going to be? Are they going to just stick with?
Do you know what I would like
Arnold?
to see? Well, I've got a feeling that it's a fallback position, but the indication that we've had Mr. T.
Mr. T. Benny the Fool.
Mr. T. I would love that. Yeah.
That'd be good, actually.
It feels like Arnie's no longer in the picture, so I don't know.
It's certainly close hold.
It is, isn't it?
That's kind of
You
what I
remember
thought,
that?
Cliffy. That's what we talked about that last couple of weeks. That's sort of what we came to the conclusion of, that the whole Iron Arnie last time thing makes it sound like Arnold's not involved anymore.
Yeah, Clint would be good.
Clint is so old, dude. Have you? Wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Isn't it funny when you look at people that were your boyhood heroes, like Clint or whatever it was, and you look at them now in real life, and you think, "There's no way that dude's that old. Well, how did he get that old? That's impossible."
There was a questionnaire a little while back, and it had some of the names of stars and stuff on it that probably were people they were looking into, who to maybe reach out to or something. And then they had some bands. Remember, they had bands listed as well.
Okay. All right. The problem with bands, the A-Team Crew would be good. Yeah. The problem with bands, though, Guido, is that it's very. What do I want to say? I want to say that it's very difficult to get a band that pleases all.
Right, the
Whereas
appeal
it's
can be
very
more
easy to get
limited
an
than a
actor.
star. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a more niche
Yeah.
kind of
But
thing.
if you
Then
got heavy metal, then you'd upset, the skater dudes or whatever.
Yeah.
If you got middle of the road, you just people would just Kiss would be cool.
yeah,
They're
we'll
quite
see.
normal guys under all that makeup, aren't they? Have you seen them without all that black and white stuff on their faces?
Yeah,
They're quite normal chaps. You tend to think they live looking like that, walking around the house, but they don't. You wouldn't recognise them in the street. Oh, there you go. They did, yeah. Fast Red Horse. The A-Team flew a tank. In fact, it was Mad Murdoch was the commander of the tank, wasn't he? And he landed in the lake and he drove out alive. He did well.
the A-Team. The A-Team also shot more ammunition and killed no people than anyone in the history of
what a
man.
team. Yes, absolutely.
That was awesome. Just like automatic weapons and people's guns getting shot out of their hands and
Yeah.
all kinds of weaponry, and no one ever died. Yep. Well, I think that's about it, Pilgrim. That's all I got.
It's a short one, but we're not doing it next week anyway, are we? So
No, we're gonna take off next week so I can do the whatever it is.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
do the recover from the alcohol thing.
The reunion.
Yeah, they're good. They're always good reunions, so aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My last one with my last group of people I was with. My last one, when I was still drinking, I actually can't remember the night because it was that good. Those are the good nights when you can't. You're like, well, I wonder what happened on that night. Too much.
It'll be good. There's definitely some people we want to see. Of course, the Slick coming out. Good friend.
Cool.
Haven't seen him for several years now, and
Well, he
the
was
wives
a winner,
haven't.
wasn't he?
The wives haven't got together for years,
Oh, that's
so
good, though.
that'll be
That's
good.
good, though, isn't
They're
it?
looking
Yeah,
forward to
that's
seeing
good.
each other.
That's cool. Yeah, Cliffy, an hour and 3/4. It's a short one today.
Yeah, I guess we only go about 2 hours, don't we? So we're only 15 minutes short. All right, fellas. Well, I appreciate everybody coming by for coffee talk. I'm a little bit disappointed that you didn't help me resolve who the star is going to be. I thought somebody would come up with some inside information right there, but not so much.
Yeah, Cliffy's let us down. Normally he's full of that. You know what I mean?
I know. Somebody needs to get out there and start. I know that it's come up on the CC channel a couple times, but they're saying nothing. There's no.
Oh dear.
And even if I knew, I wouldn't be able to tell. But I'm telling you, Wargaming has been mum. Wargaming has been absolutely
I
mum on
wonder
that.
then. It's either they're being mum because there is nobody, or they're being mum because it's like a massive thing. You know what I mean?
I suppose it's possible they don't have one. Who knows?
Yeah. That's why they're being quiet about it.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Goose is going to be the star.
Hey, Goose with rosy red cheeks while his daughter's done his makeup.
I can't remember all the names that are on the survey though. There was like Van Damme was one, I believe. Seagal might have even been on there, as I recall. So other kind of action heroes kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Bruce Willis. He's dealing with his
He's
medical
got
issues.
Dementia, hasn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
So I doubt it's going to be him. It's not going to be Seagal. He's too controversial.
No. Yeah.
Van
Plus, he's
Damme?
not- he's
I don't
not-
know. Maybe Van Damme. Van Damme sort of had a little bit of a slight renaissance in his career in the last few years. So
Well, yeah, but he's not a true American hero. He's French, so you don't really want him, do you? Know what I mean? Go on.
he'll be in a little speedy wheeled tank raging around the.
Yeah. He'll be an artillery player.
But Chuck made sense.
Yeah.
He's kind of that universal, tough guy thing. Got it. Arnold owns a tank. That made total sense.
Gotta be happening.
I don't really know why Mila came into the whole thing, but okay, that was cool because she's a big action star with video games. So let's. What about video games? Someone with a Kinect, The Rock. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
I would believe that.
Yeah, with Danny DeVito.
Statham.
His sidekick.
Statham.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren. Okay. Mila is Ukraine. Okay, those are all not bad.
They're all viable, aren't they? I guess.
Yeah.
Mario and his brother. Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
Mario. That would be hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
Different company though. Different video game company.
Yeah.
All right, dudes.
So-
I'm gonna go make some breakfast. What about you?
Yeah, well, I've probably got. I'll probably be making dinner today. It's my turn this weekend, so yeah, I'll be off to prep dinner. I think it'll be a full English roast beef, Yorkshire puddings, roast potatoes, veggies, you name it.
We have
It's
a
gonna be one of
Boston
them.
butt. We have a Boston butt. Already cooked, but I'm gonna put it back in the
Nice.
crock pot for about 2 or 3 hours before. Put a little bit of chicken broth in with it. Let
Nice.
it soak up a little bit more moisture.
Yeah.
Finish the cooking so it's super
Food
tender.
like that is better the 2 days later. You cook it, you just leave it for a couple of days, and then you reheat it. It's like far better.
Yeah, I need to reheat it, break it down a little bit, so then I can shred it, and then we can do barbecue sandwiches out of it.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
All right, guys, that is it from this side of the. Oh, hold on, it's not it because we have to raid somebody.
Find somebody to swim. Oh, I've sent the cap to Kedge. That
Okay.
Went this weekend. So yeah, the one of these. Just so you guys know that if you enter the raffle, I do send you stuff. You know what I mean? And I think whoever won the Iron Arnie got that as well. So there you go.
We're gonna need a picture of the person in the cap.
Yeah, we want if he's shy, we just want to see their top of the head with it on.
Okay.
No, Zemke, you don't get free mugs by asking for them.
Bonk is going in.
Those who ask don't get, Zemke.
Let's see, who should we raid? Miss Catastrophe. All right, where is she?
Gonna wear me down. Yeah, have a good day, everybody.
There she is, Miss Catastrophe. All right, we'll raid her. Why not? I don't know anything about her. You don't want a mug?
See that?
Ah, there you go. Reverse psychology.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to send you one then if you don't want one.
All right, guys. That is it from the left side of the Atlantic.
And from the correct side of the Atlantic, it's Pilgrim signing off.
Laters.
Laters.